Tuesday afternoon, everyone, and it remains rough in the SWAC. Multiple reports are indicating that Hue Jackson is out as Grambling State University head coach after completing his second season at one of the most iconic schools in HBCU football history. Jackson came to Grambling with a huge NFL background, of course. He coached with the Oakland Raiders. He was the head coach there as well as the head coach at the Cleveland Browns. But he was not able to make a breakthrough in the SWAC West during his 2 seasons there, nor was he able to get a win in the Bayou Classic, which is a whole different set of circumstances than the regular season. By the numbers, Jackson finished with an 8-14 record in his 2 seasons there in Grambling. This past season, the G-men were 5-6, including a narrow 5-point loss to Southern in the Bayou Classic. Now, there's an in-depth article at HBCUGameDay.com that also goes into the financials of Jackson's time in Grambling. He was able to bring in money directly to the school, leveraging his relationships to bring in new sponsorships and promotions, which is a plus, but nothing beats winning. Jackson had replaced Broderick Fobbs, who was released prior to the Bayou Classic in 2021. So this sets up a scenario where both Grambling and Southern are looking for head coaches in the same season. Southern parted ways with Eric Dooley prior to the Bayou and interim coach Terrence Graves. Well, he led Southern to victory last weekend, making history because as an interim coach, he also led Grambling to victory in the Bayou after replacing Fobbs in an interim role in 2021. So a couple questions to consider here. Will either school give Terrence Graves an opportunity, considering that he is the reigning Bayou Classic winner for both schools currently? Now, you would think that that merits some consideration there in the boot. We'll have to see. Also, does this spell the end of the trend that was? Beginning with the hiring of Deion Sanders at Jackson State, there was a push either in buzz or actual hiring of high-profile former NFL players or coaches taking the helm at HBCUs. Jackson was part of the movement with Sanders, Eddie George at Tennessee State, and for a very brief time, Ed Reed at Bethune-Cookman. Now, you may remember at one time there was a strong conversation as well about Marshall Faulk there at Southern 2 years ago. That didn't really materialize into anything of substance, however. But now the mood feels different, which I can't say is either good or bad, just is what it is. But with openings at Texas Southern, Grambling, Southern, South Carolina State, the notion of high-profile press conference winning hires, well, it just doesn't appear to be in the air as it once was. Just an observation for your conversation. But the news, which has not been made official by Grambling as of Tuesday morning, early Tuesday afternoon, but reported by several news outlets, Hue Jackson out at Grambling. Reportedly, an official announcement is due out at some point later today by the school. Well, what are your thoughts? Who should take over at Grambling? What's the hottest job that's available right now in HBCU football? Join the conversation as we continue to follow the story, Hue Jackson's exit at Grambling State University.